this one may be a longer video than most, but I'll try to make it as quick as possible. I want to identify parallel and perpendicular lines. And the thing about parallel lines is they're going to have the same slopes. And if it's a perpendicular lines, the slopes will multiply to give you -1. But an easy way to notice that is if they're negated reciprocals, meaning if one slope is 2/3, the other would be flip it and change the sign, -3/2. So let's look at this. Now, the book teaches you to use the slope formula, but if I ever see a drawing, I'm going to use the counting formula. I will do both ways. So let's start with the slope of A here. You start at the bottom point and see how far you rise up to get to the second point. So I'm rising 1 for A, and I'm running 1, 2, 3 to the right, so that is a slope of 1/3. If I did it the way the book said, I would use the 2 ordered pairs that they gave me, and the y's would be on top. My formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I would take my 3 and my 2 on the top, and my 0 and -3 on the bottom, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and 0 minus -3, I add the opposite is 3. So see, I get it the same way. This is just really fast, and this is slower. Sometimes if there's no graph, you have to use this method, but I don't use it unless I have to. For line B, the red one, here's my 2 points. I'm rising 1, and I'm running 2 to the right. So I rise 1, I run 2 to the right, so that's a slope of 1/2. These are not parallel because the slopes are different. If I were to use the formula for these 2 ordered pairs, the top would be 0 and -1, and the bottom would be this 2 and 0. Add the opposite here, and you get 1/2, same as what I got when I counted. For C, the green one, it looks like I'm rising 1 and running 2 to the right. So right here, I've got the same slope, so B and C are parallel, I know already. Let's go ahead and do the algebra method. Take your -4, and then the minus is already in the formula, -5. Remember, these are just the templates so that I don't forget the minuses that are already in the formula. And for the denominators, it's 1 and a -1. So add the opposite to the top. A -4 plus 5 is 1. And 1 minus -1, I'm going to add the opposite there, and I get 2. So see, it's the same thing. And I can come over here and say B parallel to C because they have the same slopes. Now for D, that's this one here. We're going to see if he is perpendicular to anything. He kind of looks like he may be. I'm going to count the points. Now, one point is on top of an old point. The orange point is on top of this blue point. But I'm rising 2, and I'm running 1. See, rise 2, run 1 to the left. So that's like a negative slope. You can tell he's going down from up to left to right. All right, so the numerators would be 0 and 2, and the denominators would be -2 and -3. So I have a -2 on top. When I add the opposite here, I get a +1. It's -2, regardless if the negative is by the 1 or the 2 or in the middle. So you see these are the same. Now, when I say negated reciprocals with perpendicular lines, if I took 1/2 and flipped it and changed its sign, I would get -2. So that tells me that D is perpendicular to B, but it also tells me that D is perpendicular to C. So the answer is B is parallel to C, D is perpendicular to B, and D is perpendicular to C.